Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night's Messages of Love from Above. I'm excited to be back. I take off Monday and Tuesday nights from going live to recuperate and regenerate, and I'm always excited to come back. I miss you guys. So before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you would like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together outside of time and space where that love is, and bring it down into our hearts and fill us up and have it all overflow out to the world together. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Beautiful. And just let that love flow in and fill us up, flow out to the world, and encircle it in a giant bubble full of love. That it may ignite any hearts that are ready to raise their love vibration. May that love energy assist in any way Spirit would like. And if you yourself are in need of love today, for your heart, your mind, your body, for a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a giant group hug from Spirit, because you are loved. I like it. I like it. So before we get started into the actual readings as well, I always like to make sure everyone knows that I do have a weekly giveaway. Each Monday, I have a drawing. Here's the link for next Mondays. On Tuesdays, I always put out a new video saying what I'm going to do for the next Monday and how you can enter into the drawing. This one, I'm going to have a couple extra drawings. So I'm going to have a giveaway for a 1 hour person recorded reading, and that's all, with how you enter that is actually commenting on that video there. But I'm also going to have 2 additional videos giving away 2 30-minute person recorded readings for each of these extra readings. One, I wanted to do all the comments on all the giveaway announcement videos that I put out on Tuesdays for the month of March. So all of them, all 4 or 5, however many there were, all the comments are going to be entered into a grand drawing for a chance at 2 30-minute person recorded readings. And then I also want to do something for all those that make donations during lives, and even on the super thanks afterwards. Some people will make donations as tips, or donation for their reading. So all of those, it's kept in this giant report. So I'm going to, for all of March, I'm going to pull all the names and pull 2 winners from that as well. So there'll be a total of 5 winners, so a variety of different things that you can do. But I wanted to just give back a little more to those individuals too, because of that energy exchange. You help bruddaZEN eat, and he definitely appreciates that as I speak about myself in third person. But so there's going to be a donation for that. And for the, you can still go back into the old giveaway videos if you want and comment to, because if you have a comment on each of the 4 or 5 different giveaway videos, that's 4 or 5 chances at winning. So that is what you have. Also, we had a new pick a card come out this morning, which is how does Fool's Gold transform into real gold? It's April Fool's energy with April 1st coming up. And it's a pick a card about how to transform something that feels like it's abundance into something that's really abundance. So I really liked that one. I like them all, of course. And then also there, we put out one on Sunday. What's the next step forward in your towards your life purpose? So you can check out that one if you so wish. And then April readings are out, so preparing you for the month of April for each individual zodiac sign, and that's the playlist for that. So boom, 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 there we go. So I'm going to jump in here and get my desktop all set up here, and then we will get into the readings. It'll take me just a sec to do that here. If you are new to my channel, how the free readings work, or if you're new to these readings, I go down in order of the chat. First come, first serve. So there's no special list. The chat is the list. And I just go at the very top and just work my way down. If anyone does make a donation, I do step out of line of the free readings to honor that energy exchange. I do dive deeper into those as well. And then once I'm done, I jump back into the free readings and continue down the list. I'm usually on for around 2 hours. Depends on how many readings there are, etc. So to make a donation, you can use the super chat down below. YouTube does take about a third of that for administrative fees. But if you want to make a donation another way, I also have the Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. And those are all listed in the pinned comment at the top of the page, as well as the description box of the video down below. Dollar amount, it doesn't matter. I don't have a set amount. I know everyone is at different financial levels at different times in their own life, and they're definitely different from everyone else. So $1 to one person could be $1 million to them, and $1 million to someone else can be $1 to them. So, you know, I don't look at the dollar amounts. A donation is a donation is a donation. And I know not everyone is able to make donations. That's why I also offer free readings. Because, you know, it's just the way it is. I do have a donation to start off, so I will start with Spring. Thank you so much. Good evening, good evening. And I am going to be using these, the Sun and Moon Tarot this evening, and probably throughout the weekend. I usually pick one. And we're going to start there. So you want to take a look here. No question is ever silly. But it's the burning question. So you're asking Spirit, if the person you have a squirrel crush on is your person. All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know around this individual. And you kind of don't feel like it's like the, you know, the one. We have this passion here. I mean, Aries is, I mean, the Emperor is like Aries, new energy. It is passion. King of Wands, passion, passion. So, and then you also have the 6 Wands. So a lot of fire going on in here, for sure. So this definitely would be the attraction, the crush feeling that's coming through here. There's a ton of fire in all of these, but I don't feel like I'm not getting the energies of like this is your soul partner, the one that you'll end up with like the rest of your, you know, this human lifetime that you're in. Just because the other 2 cards that popped up here were the the cruelty and disappointment. I don't usually look up at those, but that was they kind of jumped out. But what this represents for me is a stepping stone. Definitely someone that, you know, it's bringing up things for you. The 9 of Swords is the nightmare insomnia card, which is, you know, facing our fears around love and relationship, bringing the small t truths up so that we can transform them. You know, the 9 being inward, like the hermit's journey, turning inward to really look at those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets. And then the 5 of Cups too, the 3 cups that are spilled, that we have disappointment that comes in, and it's okay to feel whatever we're feeling, the ups and downs and all the spinny round-arounds. But the 2 of cups back here does tell us, that you're learning your power of emotional choice as well. So things are being cut away, more thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. And then these are the emotions that you felt before, with all of this interaction between thought and feeling, right? Because we have a feeling, then our brain creates 10,000 thoughts about it. We have another feeling, there's 10,000 more thoughts around it. And so there's a tight communication between the two. But there's this renewal coming in, and it just, this crush, this energy helps you understand your fears and your emotions around it. And then again, stepping into your power of choice, knowing that every moment is either an emotional choice of unconditional love of above, or the fears of losing conditional love of our human side. So I don't feel like it's, the one that you end up with, but definitely like for the rest of your life. But definitely bringing you some wonderful stepping stones and some wonderful self discoveries that do help you towards opening up even more for that soul partner. So I know that's what they have. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But that's their message right now. Again, thank you so much for your donation, Spring. Hang in there. Hang in there. I know. When they gonna get here? Why are they always running late? Right. But many blessings to you. All right. And hey, everybody. All right. Oh, let me make sure I have this set on live chat here. There we go. All right. So you are very welcome, Spring. All right. So that was the last of the donations. So we're going to move to the top of the free readings. We have Esmeralda. Good evening. Good evening. You want to know, will Z reach out to you soon? Let's take a look here. This energy that's coming in here, I don't feel like they are going to, like, not super soon. I feel like this kind of is like celebration and joy and partying in a way, hanging out with a group, and they have this new passion. And so I feel like they are just like so distracted out into the outside world, just having, I don't know if they're having like a ton of fun, or there's a group of people that has just drawn them out into a busy life. Because I feel like through all of this, there's like this, I don't know, there's just this passionate draw. I don't know if it's another individual that they're romantically attracted to or anything like that. Sometimes the 3 of Cups can represent that too. But I feel like they're just drawn so much and pulled out into this busy life of friends and activity that they just are so consumed with that, they're just don't have a whole lot left for anything else. They're just so caught up in that, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like there's like a whole lot of, it's almost like they're not able to uh, invest their energy in the things that they might want because they're like, it's like if they're going to school or if they're working or whatever, they wake up and they rush off to go to work or school, whatever these activities are, in their regular life. And then right when they get off of work or school, their friends or whatever, this group is like, all right, we're going to go do this. And then they get home late and they go to sleep and they wake up and they don't have a whole lot left, is this energy that I'm feeling. So at least that's what's going on now. I'm not sure what else will happen, but that's what's happening now. So that is what's going on. So many blessings to you. Whoops. Okay. So that's what they have. All right. So Starfall, you are next. Okay, so it's going weird with my mouse here. Come on. All right. All right, so we are to Starfall. Hey, Starfall. So, why do men just want to be intimate with you but not a relationship? Is it something you're sending out without knowing it? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, because we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is our, this is my codependency awareness card, which is all about the over giving to receive a little bit back. And so there is that deservingness type of energy that's bubbling underneath the surface. So it's, the exactly as you're saying, there's whenever we have these subconscious emotions and programs that are running underneath the surface, it's like our little child self is in charge of the real steering wheel of a vehicle, and we're going, why isn't this steering right? Because somehow we ended up in the little baby seat with the little steering wheel, and our child self has the real wheel of the car, taking us off road and taking us off on these different directions. And so there's their reactions, they're the ones that are creating the energy blocks and drawing in the relationships that it wants us to look at so that we can free ourselves. So there could do some, reflection on the deserving. Why do I feel I don't deserve this loving relationship? I just deserve to be used. So if there's something from our earlier years of our lives, usually it's emotional, so it's 7 years and younger, and it doesn't necessarily need to mean, the same, um, like intimacy in that manner. It can be in something else. Like it could be like I didn't get a lot of physical attention from my parents. And this is not me, but I'm saying this could be the scenario. Like we don't get attention from our parents, but like physical attention, but they want us to do all this stuff. Like you have to do all the chores, and so you're being used for what they want, but they're not giving you what you need. So there could be some of that bubbling underneath that can be brought up, because when you do, you do have, Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. So you do have this in the future that will happen. This is, new love coming in where you feel it's overflowing, and the Ace of Pentacles, which also is about new opportunities opening up in the outside world. But it's also about finding this big fountain of love within your own heart. And this also, Ace of Pentacles, is about finding a new way of looking at your worth from the inside. So those just back up what you're thinking there, that there is something underneath the surface that can be brought up. There's a great book, if you haven't, it's what is it called? There's a great book out there if you want to go try to find it. But I read it last year, so it's going to be in this little pile here. And I talk about it a lot. Yeah, here it is. It's The Presence Process by Michael Brown. It has like breathing exercises in it, but the rest of it, you can see, I even have stuff here, that it's just so much about connecting to our child self. And so I'm about to drop everything, and it helps us transform those. So a great book if you feel that resonates for you. But that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. All right, we'll continue moving down the list here. We have Felicia Fang. Hey, Felicia. Good to see you. Hello, hello. I am doing well. And it looks like you have a question here right after Rishi. He snuck in there in between your greeting and your question. So I'm going to do that just so I can stay in order. If I get lost, it's all gone. So Rishi, hey. So like I said, I am doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. So some guidance on how to stop your bitter thoughts towards spirit and be more positive. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I see this here. So, you have the Ace of Wands here, which does show you your power, and whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, right? And I love that they also, are telling you here with the Temperance card and the Tower card that, have patience with yourself. It takes time for habits to change and things to unfold. And, the Tower tells us that everything that unfolds in our life does unfold for us. And things are moved out of their way to make space, and things are moved out of our path to move forward. But everything that happens in our life does happen for us. And even though at times we can't recognize that they are, right? It's like building that trust. But the Ace of Wands comes in. So, how we don't so much stop bitter thoughts, right? The thing is that we're taught, right? Every one of us as children are taught to stop doing something, and then we invest energy in trying to stop, and then it gets bigger. We're like, why does it keep getting bigger and it's not stopping? Well, because you're focusing on it, right? We're taught to focus on it, but our energy and our power makes it get bigger. Instead, what we do, it's like polarities. If you have bitter thoughts on the bottom, what's the polar opposite of bitter? Happy, joyful, right? So, or loving thoughts. So it's like begin to focus on just what you want to grow, and this just starts to shrink and dissipates naturally. We don't have to like focus going, bitter thoughts go away, bitter thoughts go away, because all our energy is going bitter thoughts, bitter thoughts, bitter thoughts. It's like, no, I don't want that to grow. So it's really stepping into your power and just like, I want to focus on joyful thoughts, loving thoughts. And then you just start focusing on that instead. And then that just starts to grow, and that grows and expands. And you're paying less attention to that. So it shrinks. And then once it's small, then we can, if we want to do any kind of inner reflection, going, why did I feel, it's fearful emotions somehow, right? Because every emotion on the polarity is either unconditional love or conditional love. It's all love. It's just on different polarity. It's a lower vibration, and we're done with that. And we don't want to feel that lower vibration anymore. We focus on the higher vibration, and then our energy goes and that expands. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Rishi. But the biggest thing is don't be tough on yourself. That Temperance is just have patience with yourself. You were taught, like all of us, so much stuff growing up to focus on the fearful things, that we focus on it to, the imperfection that we're told to focus on, right? But that low feeling just gets bigger. It's like, let me focus on the love that I am, as well. So whatever you feed your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth and your touch, your spirit, is what we are focusing our energy on too. So it's just a matter of, okay, what am I focusing on? So I think I've said enough. That's what they have for you, Rishi. So hang in there, hang in there. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. You're very welcome, Starfall. All right, Felicia. So you want to know, does your next job, is it more about communication, the communication field, or in the technical field? Let's take a look here. So what we got here. Well, with the swords coming in here, well, I mean, I guess swords, you've got the Page of Swords, new communication, but it can be technical too. The swords is all the mental, and I almost feel like, even though the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune says either one would be fine, you would be, it's not fated whether it has to be communication or technical field. But I almost feel like here's the communication, because the air is communication, but it's also higher thought and technical. And all these wheels and these cogs feels very technical to me as well. But I feel, again, also that you can't go wrong in either way. There's not a fated one. Let me just I'm going to pull two energy cards One's going to be if it's communication field, what energy comes in, and um, technical, the technical field. Okay, you get two for that. Okay, yeah. So communication, disappointment, and really dealing a lot with emotional energy there. And the technical field, yeah, Princess of Cups, positive card here, seeing things from a higher perspective. It may take a little bit longer for the technical, but maybe you have to do more classes or certifications or something along that. But yeah, it feels like it is pointing to technical. Um, but either one, like I said, they both have their challenges. It seems right. One takes a little longer with the technical, the communication. You learn about emotions and you know overcoming emotional type of things because communication is a lot about emotion, right? So it makes sense. But hopefully that brings a little clarity to you and to what direction you kind of feel nudged to. Yeah, disappointment, right? Like, oh, well, All right. So that's what they have, Felicia. Much love to you. Cece Lindsay, you are up. Hi. Will Ken and you work things out soon. Let's see what we got here. Well, it seems like here with the Prince of Wands is the Knight of Wands. It's the fastest moving knight out of them all. And the Two of Wands basically says it's all about power of choice and where people are investing their energy. It is possible to work things out soon, but it all has to do with doing the inner work. The Devil card it's the shadow, it's Capricorn energy. Saturn is what rules it, and Saturn is the taskmaster. Once, if you do the work, then you get the reward. And the more we invest it, the faster it comes. But I feel like the combination of all these says that if it doesn't, if we don't both of you don't do the inner work of releasing these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that have kept you guys bound around what a relationship is supposed to be, need to be, have to be, must be, right? But that it's this web that you're caught in, and it takes both individuals to escape from the web, right? So it does take looking into the fears of losing that a conditional love of the outside world, all these expectations, the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the musts that we all are poured into our little human heads about what a relationship is supposed to be and who we're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be. That's what causes the congestion in a relationship. It's not that we have to find love. It's just we have to discover the barriers that we've created between us and love, because we come into this world beautiful, unconditionally loving beings, but it's the all the stuff we're taught that clogs it. That's what that Devil card is doing, is they're trying to take away all the cobwebs, all the stuff in our head that are standing between us and love, the conditions to love, right? So that's what it takes um, to work things out. And the biggest thing you can do is start working it out within you. That's what all you can control anyway. You definitely can't control them. We know that, right? We've tried the hard way, and not a whole lot of success in that. I know, but that's what they have, Lindsay. So many blessings to you. Hey, Christy Okana. Hello, hello. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Well, I do like this for you. The Seven of Pentacles, and I feel like you've been getting this lately. At least it feels like it. The Seven of Pentacles has been like, what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. It's like, I'm tired of waiting. Well, that's good because you've got the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight out of them all. So it's like it's been like you've been sitting stagnant, not being able to move forward in different areas in your life, and you're about to go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It's like out of nowhere, you just have this whoosh, nudge and push forward. So if you've been just like, hurry up, what is taking it so long? It's all of a sudden, boom, here it is. And you're like, whoa, here we go. So buckle up because it's about to take off. You know, put your head against the back against the headrest so you don't get whiplash when it takes off. So get ready because it's about to start here. I like it for you. And that's all they have for you right now for this one. So many blessings to you, Christy. And Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. And so whatever comes out, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Sorry for the glare there. There we go. So you got the King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So the King of Pentacles does represent like abundance, about the feeling of wholeness in the outside world. The King, of course, has a lot of wisdom about the outside world because he's been through all the Pentacles suit. And it goes really well with the Five of Swords, where if you can see, there's someone trapped underneath those other swords there. And this is the battle that happens with us. And this can be in our own mind or with another individual, because swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets around abundance, around our wholeness, our completeness in relationship to the outside world. And it's the figuring out of things. It's the cutting away of what we've been taught and really questioning, why do I feel the way I do about what abundance means in the outside world? What does success mean? And why do I think it believes that? There's this 5 is the number of transition and change. And so I feel like this is a time now of just kind of writing down, even, or putting it in your phone or whatever, just like, what does success mean? What do I feel that means? Not what the entire world has taught me to mean, but what will have to happen in my life for me to feel successful and abundant? And then question that. Question where that comes from and how true that is, and is there a truer statement around it? So that's, I feel, is what they have for you right now, Dijana. So many blessings to you. All right. Why is my mouse acting up? Stop. Okay, there it goes. Something probably updated. You know how like your mouse starts to double click on its own or something. I'm like, I just rebooted my computer too before this, so there must be something that got updated. All right, Dollface Diva, you're up next. So Spirit messages. Let's see what Spirit has for you. Okay. All right. Well, it does appear that you have a time here of being drawn to your higher self and to spirit, because you have the Judgment card here. So here's your higher self drawing and calling your human self into a higher place. And you can also look at the Strength card as being your human self and your higher self calling you to this inner strength. It's calling you to this relationship with your higher self. And then the Empress card also can be Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and nurturing yourself and this new birth. And so it feels like what Spirit is wanting you to know, if you've been feeling like you're being pulled and inward and upward, and that you've been feeling maybe a little even more introverted than normal, then you're just like, it's Spirit. It's them calling you. It's like you're being pulled into this place to see the world from a different perspective. It's this new birth, an upgrade, you can call it, in your spiritual energies and preparing you for this next exciting piece of your adventure. So it is getting out into nature, spending some time in peace. If you can get away from everyone, you don't have to be like a total hermit, but just really focusing some quiet time and journaling or just connecting to spirit, prayer, mantras, meditations, like I said, walks in nature, anything connecting to your creativity that allows that beautiful energy to flow through you. With that Empress, it's number 3, which is creativity too. So if you do painting or jewelry or pottery or some way of creatively expressing yourself or dance, whatever it is time for that. So that is what they have for you, Dolphy Steve, right now. Like it for you. So many, many blessings. And we'll continue looking down here. Let me just move that out of the way. There we go. You're welcome, Christy. All right, Silent Victory, you are up. Good evening to you. And you look a general for the month of April. Let's take a look here. All right. So it looks like April is a little bit of hanging around time, which can mean things might just slow down a little bit and not move forward super, super snappy, fast, fast. But there is this cocooning kind of energy that is having you look back at the 6 of Cups is nostalgia, old memories, that type of thing. And I feel like there's some transformational energy that's happening where you're turning some emotions that, felt like pain and fear. And you're really seeing things from a different perspective. You're realizing that everyone else's actions, they're either of unconditional love or fear. And if they're of fear, then you go, oh, yeah, that's right. When humans are in fear, we act stupid. We do. We literally, the blood rushes from our brain when we go into fight or flight mode. So that human adult that's in our brain, that, intelligent, compassionate, loving individual is gone, which means we're not intelligent, we're not compassionate, we're not loving, we're in survival mode, every person for themselves. And so it's like a little 2-year-old that is in charge. It'll do whatever it feels it needs to do in order to feel safe and in control again, which, a 2-year-old doesn't know a whole lot. So they do things that are just very immature. And then we realize, oh, yeah, that's why they were acting that way. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's why I was acting this way, too. Because I was in fear. They were in fear. Everyone was in fear. And we were all acting like a bunch of fools. And I took it as to mean something about me. And I was judging the adult them when it wasn't really the adult them. And I was judging the adult me, but it really wasn't the adult me. And now I can forgive myself, can forgive them. I can see it from a different perspective and transform things. And then it releases some of these charged emotions that are going on down deep inside. And with that 6 of Cups, I feel like that energy that you're using to transform those things is both triggered by someone from your past, you coming across something triggers. They either have communicated with you, or you found something of theirs, or an old memory popped up on Facebook. You know how those haunt us. Old memory 10 years ago. No, but it's something triggering. But then it also, as you're transforming it, it also brings someone someone physically back into across your path into your life from the past. It's nothing horrible and gross. It's not like drama. It's actually, it ends up being a good thing because they're not who they were. You're not who you are anymore, the same person. And you've transformed those emotions where when you bump into them, you're like, I didn't feel like killing them like I normally do, which is great. So that's what they have for you, Silent Victory. I like it. No more fear of jail time. All right, but that's what they have. So many, many blessings for you. All right, and we are to Spiritual Gifts Diva. You like a love reading for single. Let me take a quick sip here. I wore red today. I felt a lot of Aries energy today. If we are in Aries, but I just felt it. There's like a lot of root chakra fun energy going on. So I love reading. So we've got here the devil card coming in here, which is all about challenging thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around love. And the Fool card, these are so perfect together because the Fool card represents, it's the first, it's the zero expectations. It's a fresh start. It's without having preconceived ideas and thoughts and beliefs around what love should be. And it's kind of like they're showing, I talk about the devil card with it being Saturn energy, and Saturn is the taskmaster. It's the old wise grandpa taskmaster that gives us work to do, um, challenging our belief systems and our thoughts and how we're doing things and how we think about things, and all that stuff that we've been given since we were very young challenges us to think about them differently, really look at them. And if we do it, then we get a reward. And this is the reward, because when we look at them and we go, yeah, why do I believe all this stuff? Well, it's because it's what we were told we were supposed to believe. And when that drops away and falls away, then we have this whole new adventure that has no restrictions. We're able to leap off into this beautiful love. So, it's basically the love reading for you is just continue to look at, in fact, if you can see this, I love how they interpret this. Let's see if you can get it to focus. I think that's a heart on the end of their stick there, right here on their staff. It looks like a heart with a ventricle. And they're like, this is getting to the heart of things, right? Finding out what it is you believe about love and blowing it up and saying, I am just going to allow myself to be full and complete, right? And not, say, I'd like love and I'm going to leave it up to you and wide open, no hows or who's or whens. I'm going to leave it up to the experts, right? And that's kind of, I feel like, is coming through on there. So that is what they have for you, Spiritual Gifts Divas. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Let me see here real quick here. Oh, sure. Yeah, you can do that. No problema. I totally understand. Yeah. So you want me to just respond to the email rather than here, if I read that correct. So after I'm done with the session this evening, I'll do that if that's cool. Okay. All right. So we have Rose, the pink rose, since I have several roses that come in here that make the chat smell so beautiful. So general reading for the coming days for the pink rose. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Wow. So you have some new movement coming in here. The Eight of Pentacles is about having done the work, like you've done the schooling or you've been doing a job, like you've been doing the manager's job for a while, and you've been doing all the work, but now you're about to have this movement in the outside world that gets you the reward for the work that you've been doing. It's the apprentice becoming the master, the student becoming the graduate, the assistant manager becoming the manager, that type of energy or relationship. And it's movement. It's either moving up or out of a situation, but it's always for your good. And with the Princess of Wands here, which is the Page of Wands, this is new passion, new drive, new energy. So I feel like there's this new opportunity that's popping in that you're just like springboarding and you're excited because it's like you feel like I finally have got what I've been working so hard for. If it's like a relationship you're looking for and you've been doing a lot of inner work and releasing of, old emotions that no longer serve you and old beliefs that no longer serve you. It's like now it's like whoosh, here comes this relationship that's going to be so different because you don't have all that stuff impacting it. It's like your love vibration's gone to a different level, right? Or it's like we talked about with work or school or whatever it is that you've been really wanting to have movement in, that it's here. The time is coming. So I like it for you. So that's a great message. It's like, yes, finally. We have a lot of that, which makes sense though. When we're looking at it's almost like in when we were in Pisces season, a lot of messages we were getting were like, it's taking its time, it's unfolding, look inward, do your work, da 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 da. And then Aries is like, whoosh, here comes the movement, the new birth energy with all of these eclipses that are coming in and affecting us, and all the planetary alignments and all this stuff is pushing us forward. So it's like a lot of us will have a lot less waiting going on, which we're like, woohoo! All right. So that is what they have for you, Ms. Rose. So many blessings to you. And Ms. Dra, you are up next. You like a spirit message. So let's take a look here. Let's see, what does Spirit have for you today? I like this. There's this conflict that I feel has been going on here. The Five of Swords, can be around communication or around thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And it could even be within your own mind. But I love the Emperor. Here's that Aries energy I was just talking about. There is this, you know, movement, this decision making. It's almost like this has been going back and forth, between two different ways of thinking, or between like you're going back and forth between you and someone else too. If it's communication that's been happening, I just see the Emperor as you stepping up, going, you know what? I'm going to choose for me. You can choose for you, because that's what emperors do. They choose for their own kingdoms, not the kingdoms of others. And yeah, we have a lot of information and people's opinions that they've been giving. And sometimes that's what has us in our own head going back and forth, because we're hearing all these other voices that were giving us all this other, you should, you need to, you're supposed to, blah, 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 blah. And we fear letting them down. And that's what keeps us going, I want to do this, but I want to do this, but, and it's like, we're getting rid of the but. It's getting out of there. And I feel like you're ready to make a decision on things, and you have this clarity that's coming in. You're standing up for yourself, and whatever this decision is that's coming in, it brings a very solid foundation. With the Four being the Emperor, it's a very stable feeling in your life, and very empowering too. And I do like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Ms. Draw. So many blessings to you. I'm excited for that for you. All right. Okay, very good. And so up next, we've got Princess Pinky. So Aquarius's intentions towards you. Okay. Let's take a look here and see, what do we have here? What are Aquarius's intentions towards you? That Aquarius, we got we got the Aquarius, but the Eight of Wands, passion, Empress energy, new birth, but this is also a very passionate energy, freedom, and there's this without rules thing coming in here. The Empress, usually, they come before the number 4, number 5, which is the Emperor, and the Hierophant, who are people who bring in rules and restrictions and, box things in a bit to keep people in control, you know, around society and organized religion. They're organizing religion, they're organizing society. Mother Nature has their own internal organization, but freedom, you know. And so there's this, the intentions are, no expectations. I just want to be able to enjoy passion with you. And that's what's coming through with both of those cards together. It just feels very um, physical, very attraction. I don't feel a ton of emotion attached to it. It's just the attraction, passion is what's coming through. So that's what they have for you right now, Princess Pinky. So hang in there. And you're like, well, okay, as long as I know what they want, then that's what it is, right? All right. So many blessings to Jushri. You are up next, and we have an angel message coming in here. So let's take a look here and see what do the angels want you to know right now. All right. Well, you do have some emotional stability that's coming in. I feel like you had a rocky time here recently with the Tower, which means something was probably removed out of your life. To make space for something new coming in and to clear the pathway for you to move forward into something that's more in alignment with your future and where it's wanting to go. So, the Tower, of course, at times it doesn't feel very, while we're going through the fire, we can feel a little emotionally unstable, right? Because our fear kicks in and we're like, oh, why are they leaving? Where are they going? Why is that job going away? What is happening? But there's this stability coming in because you're really moving into this new way of looking at it, knowing that whatever is removed out of our life is removed out of our life on purpose, for us, that these things are not happening to us, that people don't leave us, we don't lose jobs, we're removed from a position, people are removed out of our lives so that we can move forward into what we're doing. And that's where this emotional stability is coming in here. You're being offered a different perspective. And I like how they have the 3 cups of the normal world end up being boring to us, but we have this action that happens. Then here comes the Ace of Cups from the moon saying, here, let me give you something that is going to make you feel full. It's like the pick a card I just put out this morning. Fool's gold to real gold. The fool's gold is something that looks like gold, but when they really look at it, it's like, oh no, this isn't. This just looked like it was what I wanted, but now that's been thrown out and a big golden nugget is being brought to you instead, something that's more in alignment with what you truly want in life, something that will make you feel emotionally full. So that's what they have for you on Jushri. So many blessings to you. Right, Star Girl, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Patty. Hello, hello. So when would be the right time to start a side hustle? Does Spirit have guidance on what will work for you successfully and is sustainable? All right, let's take a look here. Thank you for your donation if I did not thank you. Jumping into readings. Let's see here. Anything else? Okay. Okay, so when is the right time and any... Wow, you've got a lot of royalty coming in here, which means there's a lot of people, especially what's coming up here next. But so you have the 7 of Cups, which it's like, when would be the right time to start a side hustle? I feel like you have the Queen of Cups here, which is you. This is being in tune with your higher self. She's very intuitive, trusting your gut, trusting your connection with spirit, because you have all this emotion that's happening. I feel like if July sounds like a, with the seven here standing out to me, it's like you're doing preparation, you're adjusting things in your life to get ready for a side hustle. I feel like that would be the month that you would be ready for it here for the new beginning with the new moon. Right now it's stepping into your fullness. I feel like there's stuff to dive into yourself for right now. In the meantime, it's like wait until until July and just see what unfolds in between now and then, because you've got some other stuff that's happening here, and maybe you won't need a side hustle. But we've got the King of Pentacles, which is about abundance coming your way. You've got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups in the Standard Tarot. So new love, and the Princess of Swords, which is Page of Swords. It's new communication coming in. So there is this new things that are coming, new ideas, new thoughts, new communication, new emotions, new passions coming in. And I feel like what they're really looking at here, um, with the combination of all these, because, as far as guidance on what you'd be successful at and sustainable at, really comes down to, with the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, it's doing something that you love and enjoy that makes your heart sing, something not so mental, because you've got a lot of cups here, 3 out of the 5 are cups. And the Queen, of course, is double cups. She's double water energy. So it's, if you're going to do a side hustle, it's like discovering what would make your heart sing and doing something with that. Because I just feel like you're going to wear yourself out and burn yourself out if it's not something that you're not passionate about and something that doesn't bring this huge joy to you, right? And so, yeah, I like this July period, because it gives you a few months to just really figure out what is it that would make my heart sing. Not the mind. The mind will have, well, this could make money, this is sustainable, blah, blah, blah. But when you're doing what you love, your energy just expands, and it allows you to enjoy life. And then also, because you're joyful and you have all this wonderful happiness, then it brings in automatically, you draw in that energy to you. But when we're doing something out of fear or doing something out of, the mind, then it's expanding something differently. Oh, wow. Yeah. Isn't that cool? Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So it's like, I want to do this, right? And you want to be able to, um, it's like, I was just thinking, it was funny. Yeah. There was a Dr. Seuss. I saw something Dr. Seuss today, and I go, we haven't like had anybody new that I know of. Of course, I haven't read children's books a long time, but not anyone that has like Dr. Seuss that, funny and or uh, just for what we need today, right? The needs of children today are so much different than when we were children, especially when I was a child. So I like that. I like that idea. So that's what they have for you right now, Patty. So thank you again so much for your donation, and good luck. All right. All right. So Star Girl, we left off with you. So you want to know his feelings and actions towards you. Let's take a look here. See what they have here. So they actually came out this way. So their feelings here, I mean, they got the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles really feels like this energy of, they're focusing on themselves right now. This Ace of Pentacles is like discovering a new way to look at our own worth in relationship to the outside world. So it feels like they're just very trying to find this grounding, trying to find themselves in relation to that. And it just feels very um, almost hermity in a way. They just kind of feel like they're focused on them. So their feelings towards you are like, well, no, feelings towards themselves. It's just very inward focused here. Their actions, I feel like they're going back and forth, like they're juggling their thoughts and their beliefs, which makes sense as they're focusing in on their, let's see if I can get it to focus, focusing in on their inner self, and they're not paying attention to the other. So you can see how he's like so focused on this, like this is you over here, and they're not even. They're like, what? Who? Oh yeah, hey, because they're so self-consumed. Which, again, with the strength card, here's their human self being drawn into their higher self. It's this inward pull that I feel is going on with them right now. So I feel like they're just, it just feels like everything is stopped. It's like they just froze everything so that they can get a hold on what is going on in their life, in their mind, their heart, their world, just figure out what they want to do. Even the Two of Pentacles, it says change at the top up here, and there it is. So they are going through this, transformational time. It's like this ebb and this flow. Sometimes we can be in a rubber band kind of relationship with people where one moment they're right here and the next moment they're 100 miles away, and then they're here, and it's almost like one of those little ping pong, like you have a paddle with a little ball that goes boom boom boom. They're like, oh, here they come, oh, there they go, oh, here they go, oh, there they go. And it's like, it's not a game, which I understand, but it feels like that's what's going on in their life, is this ebb and this flow, and they're out to sea right now. Eventually they'll circle back around once they figure things out and come forward. But right now, um, it's all about them. And of course, when we're waiting for someone else to do something like that, to come back into port, in a way, we take the time to work on ourselves and work on our own self-love, and the emotions that no longer serve us and the mindsets that no longer serve us, just do really some cleaning out ourselves, um, because it only just makes everything better when we eventually do get into a relationship, whether it's them or not. If they never come back, we've been waiting all the time. It's like, oh, but if we've been working on ourselves, then we're raising our love vibration. And if they're not, then that's okay, because they're not going to match us. It'll draw in someone else that's more in alignment with who we are. So that is what they have for you, Star Girls. So many blessings for you. And Mira, you are up next. So Mira, you would like April for you. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about April? Evidently that card like leaped out of the deck. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, well, that makes sense. So the Nine of Wands is the one that came flying out, which I like this. This is you really, April is the month of stepping into your power, which this is that Aries energy too. And, where there's been feeling like there's been like this blockade, there's this, you can see all of them are moons except for when there's a star. There it goes, kind of. So this one right here is your Ace of Wands, and where you've been feeling this energetic block, like something's been keeping you from moving forward for a little while. Well, it is about to, you're grabbing that wand and you're stepping into your power, which actually opens up this gap that allows you to step through it. And I like it. It seems to be around abundance, because you're moving from this place of, the Five of Pentacles is starting off feeling like abandoned and left behind, left out in the cold, um, feelings of lack and beliefs of lack that are switching. And you're switching into the Four of Pentacles, which is about solid foundation in the outside world. So I feel like you are and have been working and looking at, why do I believe I don't deserve things? Why do I believe that in the past? And, it's bubbling down here underneath the subconscious and the unconscious underneath. And there's this opening that's happening here, this opening up, and you're discovering where those came from. And it usually comes, if they're subconscious and it's been here a while, it's probably been from you know earlier in our years. Emotionally, it's 7 years old and younger normally, and then also mentally between 7 and 14 ish. But if you go back and look at things like, oh yeah, that's why I feel I don't deserve that, because I gave and gave and gave when I was younger and got very little back or nothing back. And I felt like all those feelings we have as children, because none of us had the perfect childhood, right? We didn't all get the unconditional love we wanted, the unconditional attention, unconditional acceptance. There was always a no. If we were ever told no, oh my gosh, we have these things that we're overcoming. And I feel like that's what's coming through for you. So I like this empowerment that comes in for you for the month of April as you look and release some of those old things. So that is what we have. Many blessings to you. Daisy, you are up. Should you worry? Absolutely. You should always worry. Always. When in doubt, worry. You already know the answer to that. You already know that you don't have to worry. You can worry. You could worry about upcoming finer projects and papers, but what does that bring you? When we worry and we focus on our fear, we grow and expand, right? If we fear something's going to happen in our life, we draw it in. If we fear something's going to leave our life, we repel it out. So when we want things to turn out a certain way, we start with gratitude, right? So, right away in my mind, I'm like, so much gratitude for all your amazing grades you've made throughout this school year and all your exams. You did amazing, right? And it's like, why would it change now? I'm so grateful for everything, all these wonderful exams. I'm so grateful for it's going to unfold perfectly. I'm studying, I'm doing the work, I'm going to do the best I can. And that's all I can do is the best I can. And it's going to work out perfectly, right? And I like that. Okay, yeah. And so, Wheel of Fortune, abundance. Everything turns out where even your human side feels that it's fortunate for you. 7 of Wands, you even end up being up on a hill, where people are like, why do you get to do so well? That's what happens with the 7 of Wands. It's like victory. And then the people down here that didn't do so well are like, you should be down here with the rest of us that aren't doing well. Excuse me, that why do you get to be happy? Why do you get to be successful? So I got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. So it seems to be all good with those cards, Daisy. So nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Maju. Any concession from Pisces? Uh-oh. Concession, maybe you meant communication too, but maybe concession. Are they going to give in? Isn't that what concession means? Are they going to concede? Are they going to give up and come here, or what? So we've got the peace of mind. So it seems like in their mind, they seem to be just kind of, in a good place. But the Seven of Cups, I feel, is they're just emotionally confused, which water sign, a lot of emotions, which makes sense. So they're okay in their mind, but they've got all these emotions that are just bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. Um, so I just feel like it's just this the confusion, but it's conflict. It's conflicting. Their emotions are conflicting with their mind. Their mind's going, well, everything's fine, everything's going. They're like, but why am I feeling this way? Because they've got all this stuff. I feel like they have these fears that are bubbling up from underneath that they don't know why. What is happening? What's below the surface? I mean, literally, oops, all of these emotions are happening below the surface here. It's like they think that they're just, oh, everything's good up here in the head, in the mind, but emotions, they're just flying all over the place. I just feel like they on the outside it looks like it's like a duck. They're moving smoothly along, but underneath the surface there's a lot of activity going with their little webbed feet going really fast. And I feel like that's what's going on. Is So I don't feel like if that's, communication, if you're asking about communication, I don't feel like communication is going to be coming in, because they're still so emotionally just all over the place. And they're not at any place where they're making decisions, because their mind is like, I think we're okay where we're at. But there's all this other stuff happening. So it's really weird, very conflicting. It's like there's so much more going on underneath the surface to them than appears to be. So that is what they have for you, Manju. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Hey, Darla, Dennis. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Apurv Sadani. I probably murdered that, so my apologies. Should you learn about the share market and make this your profession? Let's take a look here and see what energy comes in with this if you get into that as your profession. Because there is no shoulds, of course, right? In the spirit world, it's just different experiences. So let's take a look here and see what they're saying. That if you got into the share market as your profession, what would that look like here? Yeah. I can see here, because with the Two of Swords represents, you're kind of at a fork in the road, right? In one way, the Emperor card comes in here, which would be, this is new, taking control of your life and your decisions and deciding what you want outside of what anyone else's opinions and thoughts. It's Aries energy, which is a new start, a new jumping into things, right? And then you have the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, which the Knight of Swords then is also, but on the other hand, the Ace of Swords allows you to see things from a higher perspective, allows you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are no longer serving you, right? It's the small t truths. It's all the thinking that we've been given all our lives. It's about seeing it from a different perspective, because I feel like getting into the shared market and as the profession has to do more with a lot like the Emperor, how they have a throne room full of a lot of people with a lot of opinions, that this is influence from them and of what we're told it'll bring us, getting into the market and getting into this stuff. It's like, it just feels like it's someone else's dream that was planted into your brain, rather than it's something that your high heart would want to do. Stress and fear and a lot of stuff involved in that, where it feels like there's something that both your heart and your mind would be able to come together, because this is a peace card here. And this can also mean here, normally there's like a moon on one, which is allowing your heart to have a seat at the table of what you want to do and what you want to make your profession. What would make your heart sing, not just the mind, right? Because it's something that you would wake up every day and you'd go, oh, I gotta go and do that. Whereas if you choose something that makes your heart sing, you wake up before the alarm goes off, excited about it, and head off and to do it. So that's what's coming through there for you. It does feel like they're saying you could, and because you can be successful at whatever you put your mind to, but would you be happy? And they're kind of saying maybe consider letting your heart have a seat at the table and see what's going on there. So that's what they have for you, Sadani. Many blessings to you. Hey, Info. You'll be up here next after Lovely Lovey. Hey, Lovey. So when will Mr. BF be incarcerated? For how long? Doesn't hurt to ask. It's all a hot mess. You crack me up. All right, let's take a look here. So when? Okay. For how long? And okay, and that's what we're asking. Well, when they'll be incarcerated, yeah, here's Seven of Pentacles, right? Patience, it's like the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So it feels like, it takes time for it to unfold. So, but Seven is jumping in here. It feels like it's coming around here, like things have been growing, like the fruition is coming. And so it's either the 7 is either 7 days, 7 weeks, or July. Let me see here if we'll get anything else here. And for how long? We've got 4 of Cups and then the Knight of Cups. So there's this movement of emotions. I feel like however they get sentenced, I feel like this is it's funny how this is coming into my brain, but it feels like for good behavior, like 4 years, or 4. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like a long time, but it just feels like they when it actually gets down to it, no matter what they get sentenced, it seems like I don't know if it would be as soon as 4 months, but it feels like 4 years. But they get off on good behavior because that's what the Prince of Cups brings. It's an emotional transformation. It brings in emotional stability, and because they're showing stability, they're able to get off on with good behavior, which is coming. So I'm like, okay, but that's what's coming through. So interesting there. We'll see what unfolds there. Doesn't hurt to ask. I'm excited, not excited. I'm sorry that someone had to be in that type of situation where they're going into that, but yeah, right. But we'll see what unfolds there. So that's what they have for you, Lovey. Now, right? It's like when someone goes away to military school and they come back. I've known people that went off to the military and they came back respectful. So sometimes, yeah, it'll go one way or another, right? They'll either come back with, being polite and respectful because they learned that, or they got pushed in a totally different direction. I feel more the other, though. All right, Lovey, that's what they have for you. Info, you are up. So will your husband be able to travel internationally soon to South Africa? Let's take a look here. All right. I feel like they will eventually, with the Prince of Swords here, it's the princes are the knights, which are movement. So there is going to be movement eventually where they're able to travel. Um, there's just seems to be like a delay here. The Prince of Swords is also telling me there's going to be some additional information, some additional knowledge that comes in. So the 11 is standing out to me. I'm not sure if it's going to be delayed till November, but maybe 11 weeks, 11 days. I don't know. It feels like longer than 11 days though, but it just feels like there's some things that have to unfold first, and the delay happens so that there can be this inner growth that happens to allow things to unfold, more successfully, more safely. So I like that last part. So that's what I feel is coming in there right now for your info. So many blessings to you. All right. LA, you are up next. So what is Agnes's karma for lying to you? Would you reporting her be enough? Let's take a look here and see. So what is their karma? Oh, wow. So what's their karma? There will be justice. Things do balance out. Things will be seen. Things will unfold. Everything happens. And capital T truth is known, throughout this too, because the reason why people lie is they out of fear. People, if you're confident, you can just say whatever has happened. But if you fear that if you do something that's seen as not productive or a success or whatever, when you live in a world of all or nothing, which is why people lie, because they're in a world of all or nothing, and they feel if they lie that they still stay, perfect and lovable, rather than if they do something wrong, one thing wrong, they're rejectable and unworthy. So there's this energy that's in there with this. So there will be justice, though. It will come out. Nothing will be seen there. Reporting her be enough? We have the Six of Pentacles here, which is the giving and the receiving. Is it enough to? Is it important enough? Was the lie enough to have that happen to someone? Or is it in alignment with what you would want? The do unto others as you'd wish to be done unto you. Sometimes, there's the, just understanding, maybe in this situation, I can talk something out with them, or, it just feels like, we're talking about karma, right? It's like when I was growing up earlier in my teenage years in Christianity, one of the things that they used to say is, when you pray to God to go, you should punish them for what they did. And I don't know if there was a Bible story or something that brought it up, but it was like, well, yeah, but just realize that if you want justice, justice comes for you too. And they're like, oh, never mind. Oh, it was like Jesus, right? Whoever is without sin, cast the first stone. It's like, and this rock came flying and hit someone, and Jesus goes, "Mother." No, that's a joke. But there's this, do unto others, and I know, people are like, well, I'm doing unto them what they did unto me. But is it important enough? I feel is the question that comes up there. And if you feel it is, you do what you feel you want to do, right? But I feel like there's the Six of Pentacles is that balancing again. You know, you had the scales on one, we had the scales on the other. It's like the scales go back and forth as well. So that is what they have for you, LA. Hopefully that helped. I know it seemed kind of confusing, but yeah, 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 I get it. All right, but hang in there. Many blessings to LA, Darla Dennis. You want to get a reading for the week ahead. Let's take a look here and see what we have here for the week ahead. Yay! So we've got the double energy coming in here, which is Saturn. You know, really, I like this combination because the Nine of Wands is. I feel like you've been doing and digging into what you have felt has been holding you back, and the beliefs and that have been, you know, pounded into your head over time, and you're just like you've really been digging them out to where it's freeing you, where this movement forward. You're really stepping into your power, realizing what you're focusing on, what do you want to expand, what do you want to grow, and what don't you want to focus on. So you're taking your eyes off of things that you know, don't want to grow, and you're focusing your energy on what you do want to grow. And I feel like it's like stepping in and it's allowing things to fall away, which then you're able to step through and move past whatever barrier this is that's been holding you back. So I do like that combo for you for next week. So that's what they have for you, Darla. Many blessings to you. All right. Thank you so much, Felicia, for liking the video. That is a great reminder. I get so caught up into the readings that I don't tell you guys enough how grateful I am for all of you that give the video a thumbs up by clicking the like button. It seems like a small thing, but it's free, which is a great price. And it does help the channel grow. It helps the YouTube algorithm want to share my videos with other people. And so in doing that, you're part of the love tsunami. So big thank you. Thank you, Felicia, for mentioning that there, because that's a great reminder for me as well. All right. So continue moving down the list here. Oh no. No, not the Capricorn. All right. Angelina. So do you already know or have met your future spouse? Let's take a look here and see what they say here. No, not yet. Interesting. I feel like this is you, like maybe they have seen you, but you guys have not met. You know, this Ace of Wands is a new passion. So I feel like it's someone new. You might have I feel like you've seen each other, but you have not met each other. So it could be like either you've seen, like they've seen you on stage, or you've seen them on stage, or somewhere where one of you was standing out from the rest of the crowd. You know, like how at a wedding you can be the bridesmaid, or they always show me karaoke for some reason, karaoke or bartender, where, you know, they're walled off from everyone else, where that person's standing out. It's that kind of energy where I feel like like um, you will remember having seen them, or they will remember having seen you, but you have not met each other yet. So that's what they have for you. All right. Let's continue looking down here. All right. I think we're down to Julia. So Julia, yes, you can ask a question. What does David want to tell you? All right, let's take a look here. So this is a powerful combination. We've got two major arcana and a royal here, and all of this energy. I mean, the Hierophant here is about dive deep into you, dive deep into your heart to find your true self and what do you truly want in life, not what you've been told, which is also what this devil card does, the shadow, which I was just talking about, which is cutting away all the thoughts and the beliefs and mindsets that you've had in the past from someone, from everyone else telling you what you're supposed to want and who you're supposed to be and should be. But the combination of both of those is about you diving deep within to find your truth, find out what you want in your life. And the Queen of Wands is so perfect for that too, because she rolls over fire, but she also has water, but she's very confident. She really moves forward with her Ace of Wands, knowing what she wants, where she wants to direct her energy. And so I feel like it's the message would be find out what you truly want and invest your energy and you move forward and do that. But trust, but connect to your heart. Really find out what you really, really, really want, not doing what everyone else is telling you you should do, supposed to do, need to do, have to do. You have connection to spirit that you can connect with. This would tell me that you do have this trusted connection with the spirit realm, trusting your intuition and your empathic abilities, and trust it. And when you're not sure of which way to go, dial up spirit. You can and ask them for a sign, which way should I go, left or right? Which one's for my highest experience? And bloop, 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 they'll tell you to the right, and then you go to the right. Or to the left, and you go to the left, and it'll be successful, and you'll see that it is for the highest thing for you. But it's like, this is David's higher self telling you, focus on what do you want? What do you truly want? And that's what their message is for you. So there you go. Many blessings to you. All right. LH, you are up. Hello. All is well. Hope all is well with you as well. So how does Chuck view you currently as a person? Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. So I think he's confused. The Seven of Cups can represent emotional confusion, and I feel like they're just a barrel of different emotions and a bunch of thoughts. The Ten of Swords, of course, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations. So I feel like they have a ton of thoughts that are like, this is you, and they're trying to pin you down because they don't get you. They don't understand. They just are, it's like they just can't comprehend it. And so their emotions are just all over the place. And it has to do with this doesn't have anything to do with you though. These thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, everything that we're told since we were very young, right? So even before you met him, there was this cage waiting that, and we all have it. So it's not some creepy thing that he's doing, but it's we formulate who we are, who we personally are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be in relationships and friendships and everything, right? And also, while that's being built, we're also building a cage for our friends and our partners and everyone else of who they're supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. And they're trying to fit you in there. But it's like trying to put a cat in a cat carrier. If you own a cat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All four paws, I'm not going in there. And so this is confusing them because, like, why are you not just going into your cage? And you're like, because I don't want to be caged. And I am my own person. And besides, I have this cage that I have myself in. And this is the cage you're supposed to be getting in instead of trying to put me in yours. And that's the way all the human relationships go until we start questioning our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets about ourselves and around them and around relationships. we start dismantling the cages that we've built. And I kind of feel like this is this energy that's going in. When we ask what does someone view us, and so much of it has little to do with us. It has so much to do with everything that they've been trained their entire lives, and they're seeing through those goggles, and they're like, can I just wipe those off? They're really speckled. And they're like, no, these are my glasses, right? And so it's interesting, the energy that's coming in there, emotionally, all over the place, mentally, trying to really pin you down in their head, trying to understand and trying to fit you into the mold of what they were told you're supposed to fit into, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, LH. There you go. You've come. It's like when I said I used to have a lot of boxes until I tried fitting the creator in a box, and he crushed all my boxes because he's so big, right? And it's like, okay, so everyone can just be who they are. I like it. All right, very good. You are very welcome. All right. Well, I think I might have reached the bottom here. Let me see here. Oh, thank you, LH, about my voice. Um, I've had people tell me that when they read when they listen to even my recorded readings, like pick a cards, I had the best night's sleep. I didn't hear your reading because I. Oh, and I think I actually have on my list. I'm going to do a sleep video that you can listen to go to sleep and listen. It'll be like an 8 or 10 hour video, so you can listen to while you sleep. And I promise I won't tell you that you have to cluck like a chicken or send me all your money or anything. It won't be subliminal. But thank you for that. All right. Okay, very good, very good. I'm just making sure I didn't skip anyone. All right, no. So we're actually to the bottom of the list. So before everyone heads out, I do, of course, want to make sure, if you didn't catch it in the beginning, I do have a giveaway every Monday. Here's the video for that, where I give away a personal recorded reading each Monday. And I'll sometimes throw in some different giveaways as well, like this one. I'm giving away a little extra. I'm going to give away 1 hour personal recorded reading. The video tells you all about all this that I'm talking about too. So you can look at that, how to get into that drawing. And then I'm going to have 2 separate drawings. Going to give away 2 30-minute personal recorded readings. And one of the drawings for 2 is going to be for all the comments that were made on all of the giveaway videos, the ones I put out on each Tuesday. All of the comments, I'm going to pull 2 winners from all of those. So if you go to my giveaway playlist, you can still go in there and comment, even though I put that the drawings closed. You can still comment. And I'm going to bring in all of those and pull 2 winners. And then I'm also going to pull, have a third drawing for 2 30-minute personal recorded readings for everyone that's made a donation. So there's a report that records it all, whether you made a donation in live or a super thanks afterwards. I'm going to have a drawing for that as well. I just wanted to give back a little more because I just appreciate you guys so much, all the thirst that you have to hear from Spirit and to search after Spirit. And so I wanted to give back a little extra as well. So if you want to look into that, you can check that out there. And then also there was a pick a card that went out this morning, which is about how does full gold transform into real gold. It's all that April Fool's energy, but it's, how does something that felt like abundance get transformed into something that really feels in its real abundance? And so I really liked those. And I have a ton of pick a cards, and also the April monthlies are out. If you have not checked out those yet by each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for those. So that is what we have. I will be back tomorrow night. I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So I shall return. So that is all we have for this evening. Please know as you guys go throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I talk to you guys again, have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your day, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you guys again, much love to you, and you take care. We'll see you soon.